Hi, everyone. Welcome back to GIS Resources. Have you ever noticed that sometimes your phone thinks you're across the street when you're actually on the sidewalk? For ordering a pizza, that's fine. But for a self-driving car or a land surveyor, being off by 5 meters is a disaster. Today, we're diving into the world of GNSS positioning. We're going to climb the precision ladder, from the basic GPS in your phone to the ultra-precise systems used in autonomous shipping. We'll cover SPP, SBAS, DGPS, RTK, PPP, PPK, and everything in between. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which solution fits your project. Let's first talk about SPP and SBAS. SPP, Standard Point Positioning. This is what your phone or your car's dashboard uses. It's a lone wolf method. Your receiver calculates its position using only the signals it gets directly from satellites. It's simple and free, but because of atmospheric interference, it's only accurate to about 5 or 10 meters. If you need a little more oomph without extra equipment, there's SBAS, Satellite-Based Augmentation System. Think of systems like WAS in the US or EGNOS in Europe. These are extra satellites that broadcast correction data to your receiver. It's like having a friend shout, "Hey, the atmosphere is a bit thick today. Adjust your math by this much." This gets you down to about 1 to 2 meters. Now, before we go higher on the ladder, we need to understand how these receivers measure distance, that is code versus carrier phase measurement. Most basic systems use code phase measurements. It's like timing a runner with a stopwatch. But for centimeter precision, we need carrier phase, which is like using a literal tape measure made of radio waves. If you want to dive deep, you should definitely check out our other video, Code versus Carrier Phase Measurement. The link is in I button and description. Let's go back on to today's topic, DGPS and RTK. To get really precise, we use the buddy system. This brings us to DGPS, Differential GPS, and RTK, Real-Time Kinematic. DGPS uses a stationary base station at a known point. The base calculates the errors in the satellite signals and sends corrections to your rover. This gets you sub-meter accuracy. Perfect for professional mapping. But the gold standard for surveyors is RTK. It's like DGPS on steroids because it uses that carrier phase we mentioned. RTK can be a single base RTK or a network RTK. In network RTK, instead of your own base, you connect to a network of stations. This is like having a whole team of experts helping you stay accurate to within 1-2 centimeters in real time. The solo expert, PPP, and PPK. What if you're in the middle of the ocean or a remote desert with no base stations or cell service? Enter PPP, Precise Point Positioning. PPP doesn't need a local base station. Instead, it uses highly precise satellite orbit and clock data from global networks. PPP can be categorized into static PPP and kinematic PPP. Static PPP. You leave the receiver still for a while, sometimes hours, to let the math converge. It's slow, but incredibly accurate. Kinematic PPP. This is for when you're on the move. It takes longer to settle than RTK, but it works anywhere on Earth. And then there's PPK, Post-Processed Kinematic. This is the safety-first method. You collect data in the field and do the correction math later on your computer. It's very popular for drone mapping because you don't have to worry about losing your radio connection mid-flight. The future, PPP RTK, or Precise RTK. PPP RTK is best of both worlds. This is a hybrid. It uses the global reach of PPP, but adds regional network data to help the receiver converge or find its position in seconds rather than minutes. It's the technology driving the future of mass-market autonomous driving. Conclusion. Choosing the right GNSS method is all about balancing your need for accuracy with your budget and location. We hope this breakdown made these complex terms a bit simpler. If you found this helpful, please hit the like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Have a question about which method is right for your specific project? Drop a comment below. We love hearing from you. We'll see you in the next one.